Look at the patterns. Can you guys see this?
It's already coming up already.
Just incredible. We'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's a lazy Sunday morning. Today is March 10th, the day of the time change. And I've got exciting news. I mean, I guess I should be more excited. I had a big race yesterday, so maybe I'm a little tired from the race. But March 9th was the due date for the second clutch of the Albinos, the T-negative albino water monitors. And of course, my sea serpents incubator has been spot on. 6 months to the day, the first egg pipped. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna shut you guys off for just a second and I'm gonna open up the incubator. But you know what? While I'm doing this, I promised to do a video. I don't know if you guys have noticed, if we're friends on Facebook or not, but Kagan, Andrew, and I have made it official. We are dating, and Kagan is moving down and gonna help me work this property and try and build something here. So exciting things to come with that. And I'm happy. I'm happy. You know what? I never put any stickers on here, so that actually broke the ice. I was going to do a video doing it, but if you've ever seen a guy with no nails try to peel the back of a sticker, it wouldn't have made a good video. And so while I was at it, I put my Ship Your Reptiles sticker on there. That's what I use for all my shipping needs. I should actually get in on that sticker. Susie and Chad and the group over there, Jordan, they're all super nice and very helpful. And Amped Exotics was probably one of the first people to come up to me at a show and talk about recognizing the channel and enjoying it. So if you guys have good reptile stickers and you want me to put them on my incubator, send them my way. I'm sure you guys can always message through Instagram and get my address. Yeah, hold on one second and we'll get these boxes out. Okay, here we go. Now this is the very first one to pip, and I cut the window. And you can see his little face in there looking at you. His eye, he just closed his eye. I don't think he was happy about us like changing the light on his face, but he's just hanging in there. And again, this is the box that I transfer him to. I'm gonna add some more water because, oh, he's moving in there. A little movement, he just moved around. I like a little more water in there. I think the moss has absorbed it up. But these are the other 8 eggs. So this guy is sticking his snout, pushing up that entrance. This guy had his snout out the entrance. And look at this one, this egg's totally breaking down. I just saw movement in it. And this one, it's starting to right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut some windows in these guys. Add some more water here. Now I already have my water in the incubator, so it's already 85 degrees perfect. So we'll go ahead, add some more water, and I'll cut some more windows, and we'll see if we can't get one to hatch out right in front of us. That would be amazing. If not, you know me, I'm not gonna rush it. I'm just gonna make sure that the ones that are hatching out aren't gonna disturb the eggs that aren't quite ready yet. All right, so we're gonna take one of these. Ooh, it's got a little snot drip coming from it. These very obvious eggs. I use these pointed shears, but I force it up by the top. You never know if it's tail or... Oof. I don't know about you guys, but if anyone else does this, if your hands shake, I don't feel like I have a delicate touch, and it makes me nervous as heck when I'm doing it. So this guy had his face by the entrance before, and now it looks like he's got his rump, so he's moving around inside there. that side up. This guy's moving around quite a bit. This one over here that already has his snout pointed out the hole. Look at it, little tongue flick. Here we go. Little tongue flick. Let's see another one. Oh, he looks like he wants to be the first one out. He's pushing out that hole. Let's see if we can't help that out a little bit. Ooh, he smells something by his entrance there. Can't wait to meet me, huh? Like I said, I run those shears very tight along that top edge as to definitely not cut the animal. Maybe it's the size of the shears that makes me bad with them. Maybe I'd be better off with some bigger shears. God, even the egg itself is too fragile for me. This may need a woman's touch, Kagan. Now I'm interested for you guys to, or should I say I'm excited for you guys to learn about her, but she's actually a very accomplished snake breeder of reticulated pythons, and I'm sure she'll tell you quite a bit more about it. But she's having to give all of that up to move to Florida since they aren't, so what she specializes in isn't allowed here. So she has to give up reticulated pythons, and I know she has some other snakes that are allowed. So she's gonna have to switch gears and figure out what works here and what's gonna keep her engaged and excited in reptiles here. So even though this egg is ready to, oh, quite a bit of movement. Oh, there's an eye right there. He's looking at us. Closed his eye. So cool. All right, so that's the 4 that are definitively pipped, but I believe I can see where almost every one of these is gonna be cracked within the next day. So let's get their temperature right, get them back in the incubator. And then I want to look in on the babies that are, how old are our other babies? I mean, are they 2 months? I think they're maximum only 2 months old right now. We had put the crickets in there in the beginning, and I think I said that it was a mess. They couldn't locate the crickets. They chased them. I had baby lizards biting each other, which they were babies, so their bites were very insignificant. But, you know, because of their vision impairment, there were way more mistake bites. And I still have to be very cautious when I'm feeding them as a group. But of course, the crickets, you know, I got them out, I fed them to the demerals, or I crushed them, dispatched them, and mixed them with scrambled eggs to feed them. They quickly laid eggs, and now there's baby crickets running all over the aquarium. So I think I'm gonna set them up a total new aquarium, transfer the demerals to that enclosure, because they will gobble up all of those crickets. So we're gonna do a little shuffling around with aquariums. We'll set them up with a new one, and we've reduced our price on Morph Market quite a bit. I believe they're at $6,500 right now. And I might as well touch base. I've seen other breeders of monitors say, you know, like this one's better, you know, blah, blah, blah. The different levels of albinism, whether it's a coral, a T positive, a T negative. It's the best way that I can describe it. If you have a baby monitor that has great vision, which sounds like, why would you want something with bad vision? If you're reaching in from above or moving from 10 feet away, they already see that movement and they're already could be slightly on edge, especially if you're reaching from above, like everyone says is a no-no, which I do with all my baby monitors, and they just get used to it. They're not defensive about it at all when I reach in, because they've had that since day one. That when you reach in, they don't even know the hand is coming until the hand is on them. And then it's some tongue flicking, figuring out, all right, is this thing next to me food? Oh, no, it's Jerry. Tongue flicks, totally calm, nothing. As far as like starting with the baby monitor, like you could buy a couple $1,500 monitors or less and work with them and maybe not have the best luck taming them, because I mean, just like dogs, you do see people that are great. You buy a dog and there are people that can train just about any dog. Like every dog they've ever owned was a well-behaved dog. I could say that for my dogs. I've always had dogs. Every dog is like Pete, listens to my every word, even my little snap of my finger. They know what that means. And then there's other people that have dogs that just don't. Like they've never had a dog that knew how to a command or anything. They've worked on training them and they just don't. It's just not their personality. And having the patience to tame a monitor is probably not everyone's personality. You may all love them, like everybody that loves them. You want one, you want a tame monitor. I just think that even though this is significantly more than some of those lesser expensive monitors, you have a much greater chance of having a monitor that ends up being a tame monitor with one that is focusing more on smell other than vision. You're not going to get the mistake bites. You're not going to get the fear and stuff like that. That's just my 2 cents and my opinion. It's not factual. It's my opinion on the matter. I am just thoroughly impressed on how these guys act. All right, let's go check on the other ones. All right, now we're filming a little bit larger babies. Oh, look at them already. You say they don't see that good, but they see this stinking camera, huh? Of course, a couple of them, as soon as I put them in the water, had to poop. So you see all the urates and stuff in the water. But they're all doing good. And these guys are, this water's kind of like rainwater, cool. So calm. Let's see, that's probably the biggest maybe male looking one right there in the group. Seems to be quite a bit lighter than the rest. They're all doing great. We've moved 2 of them so far, and we had, well, actually 3. I had separated out a male for a customer, and he decided he wanted a female, so it's going to be one of the ones with a shorter face, like this one here, or I think like that one looks male to me, and that one, that's actually a great example. Female, male to me. And again, I can't guarantee, but that's what it looks like to me at that age. I'm sure if I'm wrong, somebody will correct me. But this is the enclosure they were in, and it is riddled with crickets. All these medium-sized crickets. And so if we switch this over for the demurals, we'll let the albinos swim for a bit, and we'll switch it over. The demurals will make short work of all those crickets. In fact, they'll thoroughly enjoy hunting all them. So we'll get that done, and I'll show you that. Okay, well, I totally forgot something and then quickly remembered. The Dumerals didn't like crickets. They didn't fire off on crickets. So they're just walking around the enclosure. I've actually crushed crickets, put them on the tongs. And, I mean, you can see there's crickets everywhere. Any monitor that had any interest in crickets would just be going bonkers. They want nothing to do with them. So what I'm going to do is take them back out, put them back in their enclosure, and the young female white throat I may put in there. She should be like a vacuum cleaner for crickets. We'll get these crickets taken care of. Hey guys, it is the next night. Maybe it's the next night. I'm losing track of time again. I have been working my tail off on some projects, and I am probably the most tired I've ever been right now. But I am back in my office, and those babies that were bipping have now hatched. So these guys, you can see, oh, they're just piled up, just doing their thing. So those are the 4 that were coming out of their eggs. I had already removed the first 2 that hatched out. And I'm gonna grab that, because that will go bad in there, that mucusy stuff from the egg. Oop. All right, that's good. We don't have that like spoiling in their water. That one is pretty. I wish you guys could see. Oh, you can right there. Look at the spots on that guy. I mean, really, that big chunky one on the bottom one has some amazing spots too. Sound asleep. All right, I'm not gonna let him get too cold. But, all right, so there's the 4 there. And these are the other eggs in the incubator. Now, I had been checking on these, and none of them had any cracks this morning or at lunch. Then I came back in, and every single one of those, they just break down. That guy's got his nose out. Let's see if we can get him a little tongue flick. Usually they'll give you a little tongue flick. Could be asleep. That guy's got his little nose out. So I'll give this guy one more day. I think that it's gonna break down by tomorrow morning. That's my bet. And I'm not gonna cut any windows on anyone right now. I think they're all, none of them have been moved. Now, normally I would separate those guys into another bin. You know what? I think I will. Why take a chance? I'll set up another bin just like this with the moss and the water for these guys that are about to hatch out. That way they don't roll this egg or this egg or this egg, because those 2 are ready to come out first. So I'll transfer those 2, and then I'll watch those guys by the morning. Oh, I see he moved his nose. I think that's the smartest choice. So I'll do that, and then we'll check back in tomorrow morning. I already have an aquarium set up for them in the garage, not the office, because I think I have company coming in town in like 3 or 4 days, and I think I had to set up an air mattress in here. So the garage has got a better temperature anyway. I actually had a hard time getting the right temperature for the babies last time. I just repositioned his mouth right up there. Let's see. Can you get a tongue flick? No? Come on. No tongue flick. They usually give you really good tongue flicks. This guy right here. No? They could be sound asleep though. That repositioning could have been just like rolling in bed. Well, I can't wait to get him in the water and see all these little babies swimming for the first time. I think that's my my favorite part of this whole process. All right, well, I have my homework. I'm gonna transfer those eggs and set up that other box, and I'll update you as soon as something else is going on. All right, guys, it's 8 of the 9 babies are out of their eggs, and I'm leaving on a trip tomorrow, and it'll be covered in another video. My mom is out here. We've got all sorts of stuff to do before I leave. I have the dirt to move in for the female albino. She's ready to lay unfertilized eggs. In fact, she could smell the dirt, and that's why she's clinging to the screen. She wants to get to this dirt. She's been digging her whole enclosure up. So we're going to add water to the dirt and get it to the right consistency, and then we're going to put it in her enclosure for her. The enclosure with the baby T negatives, you can see it's empty. They are having a swim on the driveway. My mom set them up out here, and they were absolutely loving the hose. Let's see, I have it running for them. When I turned it on and had it spraying on them, their expressions were just like, ah. They're all just sleeping underwater right now. They're going through a good shed. I don't know if you guys could see the skin hanging off that one right now. They're doing great. Big fat bellies. They're all doing really, really good. And what we're gonna do is we'll let them finish their swim, and then we're gonna transfer them back. We still have to, I think, clean the glass on this one here, and we're gonna start moving the new babies out here. They still have about 4 more days before they're ready for food, so that's not gonna be a concern. We'll clean the glass, we'll get the water in there, and we'll get that little fake plant in there. That way, just like in the other one, there's a way for them to crawl out. I don't want them to get stuck in there. And I have that little paver there to absorb heat, and we'll have to put a pile of that sphagnum moss that they are going to take with them from the enclosure they're in, and we'll pile it up there so they could bury into that moisture and just sleep it off. And we'll do the same as we did with the other babies and put a towel over the top to trap in the humidity and the temperature. The garage is a much better temperature than the house for me right now, so so they should be good. So what we're gonna do is we're going to, yeah, like I said, clean that glass, and then we'll move the new babies. All right, so we have we cleaned everybody's waters, so my mom doesn't have to deal with that. And now that's a better shot of how big she is when she's gravid. She's got quite a big tummy on her. And the soil consistency, it holds shape. That's the amount of moisture. Now, it's gonna lose moisture in days to come, so I've got it a little bit on the moist side, but that's gonna change as the heat lamp and stuff in the garage starts pulling it away a little bit. It will dry up. I think you guys remember last clutch how dry it actually got. So we did the Dumerle's water. Little male is laying back there, big old chunk. Female, I guess she's in the tunnel right now. Yeah, the baby albinos, they're ready to get transferred back, and we've cleaned the glass. So
I sprayed it.
That's fine. And I did get this wet. Yeah, it's nice and wet underneath. It's just the surface has dried. We'll wet it just a little bit more once we put the moss in here and we transfer them in there. I got the heat lamp on too, so I can check. Don't worry about that, Mom.
Well,
We start clean. All right, make sure that there's none underneath that piece of wood. They're all in the water, and we'll roll them back over. Oh, while we're doing this. Look how pretty. Boba just got out of this water. Oh, Boba, what are you doing? You don't mean that. You don't mean that. It's okay. It's the camera, huh? I'm sorry. He is so handsome. So excited about that guy. So, yeah, we're gonna roll the babies in. They're getting used to this UV. They're getting used to this cart and all of this stuff, and no excitement, no stress over it. Do you want to transfer them all, Mom? Might be good for them to see how easy it is for you to do it. I got it.
Okay. You don't use gloves, right?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. Hello, sweetie.
Okay. That's the first one. Now, she was just telling me how difficult it is with the height that I made this. I made this whole thing to the height that I like. And so this is the daily handling that they're getting every time their water is cleaned. And their water has to be cleaned daily.
There you go. Well, that's warm water.
They love their water, but not quite as much as that one. Some of them, Mom, you
I know.
don't squeeze hard.
I'm not squeezing.
Okay.
I'm not squeezing at all.
Okay. Yeah, if they're antsy, go ahead to two hands and let them walk from one to the other. Almost like a slinky or something. Now you hear me giving her instruction. She's the one who transferred him to the water tub in the first place, so clearly she knows how to do this, and she's done this multiple times.
Black dragons.
With the baby black dragons, the guru sulfurs, the het black dragons. Yeah, she's done this plenty with the babies. The entire trip when I was in Guyana for, gosh, what was that? Like 2.5 weeks. My mom, we had newly born babies, and she daily was doing this with them. So they are all in their tub. Yeah, I always have to check underneath the wood.
Count, yeah.
So we're gonna clean this water off. That's fine. He's throwing up food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a lot of food in them.
Okay.
So the baby regurged a little food. All right, so now we're gonna go get the other babies. All right, now we're in the office, and we have the very last baby in its egg. And you can see, oh shoot, its face is right there. It's kind of in an awkward position. And it is a chunker. So it's very full in its egg. So he's alive in there. So we still have that last one to hatch out. So we'll get that guy back in the incubator. Then we have, we've got 3 in here. Ooh, look how pretty you are. So pretty. We're gonna carry them all outside. So if there's 3 in there, there's 5 in here. So we'll go lizard by lizard, make sure that they're all absorbed, and we'll give them their first swim. All right, now we're out in the driveway, and now we can go. Oh, this might be a lot. Ooh. For me, one-handed. Totally good. Ooh. Little baby. Wow, the colors are so vibrant. So beautiful. Let's see. Let's see how you guys swim right off the bat. First time handling them, guys. First time. Wow. All right, so we'll put that one aside. This one's obviously a lot less scary, although there's more individuals. Yeah, they're all good. I don't see anything on them. No interest in me whatsoever. Look at the patterns. Can you guys see this?
It's already coming up already.
It's just incredible. Oh, you don't want to let go of me? Ugh. There you go. Wow. That lizard is beautiful. That's fine.
Okay, well, I didn't want to.
Just take the lid away. There we go. We don't have to worry about the lid. They're all crawling.
I know.
Well, why? What is your hand above doing, Mom?
Keeping it from jumping over.
No, just put it right here and get them back into the water. We want to swim them.
Okay.
We get to see how they all move, how good they look. This guy is really buried in good. So what I will do is, these guys all, after their initial swim, I can't describe the colors on this guy here. He's got solid stripes, almost like a Vivittatus. And his ocelli are insane. I mean, a lot of them. I think they're more vibrant than the other clutch even.
I think so.
The sunlight is really showing you guys. If not, we'll try it with some brighter light, but they are beautiful. So that's 8 of them, and then there's one more still in the incubator like we showed you. Trying to climb up. I don't want to overexert them. Just trucking. There's that one with that beautiful shoulder stripe. Although this one has most of all of the stripe. Yeah, they are. You know what they might be doing is they may be anxious to go find a place to hide. So what we're gonna do is get them out of the open and get them into that aquarium, and then I'm gonna set up a big pile of sphagnum moss. That way these guys can dig in and hide. It seems like they're not relaxing. That's what they're wanting to do, is all go and hide. So I'm gonna end this quickly and get them to where they can hide. I don't want any stress on them whatsoever. Beautiful baby lizards. Unbelievable. All right, guys, I think this is the end of this one. Amazing job, Mom. Thank you for all your help.
You're welcome.
You're on the camera. And obviously there'll be more updates on these. The other clutch, I still have 7 available. I think I'm getting a deposit on 1. They're down to $5,500 on Morph Market. So if you ever wanted a T negative, now's the time. The price has never been better. All right, guys, until next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.